Hey guys, First Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about an Instigator Bull Carbine build for the Vanguard class in patch 10.2 of Space Marine 2. Now, the Instigator Bull Carbine is one of the weaker guns on Vanguard currently. It's by no means useless, it's just not quite as strong as, say, a Bull Carbine or Oculus. Now, I would not take this gun against Chaos because currently headshot multiplier bonuses are broken against Chaos Spawn, which kind of sucks, just the way it is, but, hopefully they fix that in the future. But for now, I've just used this versus Tyranids. Now, for the variant I would pick up the accuracy version because the accuracy version does have a 1.8 times headshot multiplier as opposed to the 1.5 of the other two variants, which is why I just think it's the overall best. And really, headshot damage in Space Marine 2 is like the most important element of any bolt weapon, and this one's really no different. Now, for the perk tree here, I do pick up Headhunter first for that 10% bonus headshot damage. Moving here into the perk Efficient Hunter, after reloading while having low ammo, headshots will deal 35% more damage for 5 seconds. This perk pops up occasionally. A 35% headshot damage bonus is enormous, but 5 seconds is not a super long uptime in this game. Still pretty good though. Next perk here is Fast Reload, moving down to the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage increase. Then I pick up the perk Increased Capacity. The maximum ammo reserve of this weapon increases by 20% because this gun is quite ammo hungry. We only have like 24 magazine capacity and 144 ammo reserve in base, which is pretty low to be honest. It's like one of the downsides of this gun. And next perk here is Great Might for 10% bonus damage against Terminus. Picking up Home Precision, which is equipped weapons maximum spread, decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This makes this weapon very accurate in the hip fire, like point blank range, and I will be taking the perk here, Tip of the Spear, so it works quite well for that. Now, the next perk I take after this is Recoupment. Killing a resource level or higher enemy with a headshot of this weapon restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is simply amazing. Getting armor back from headshotting a guy at long range can really save you a lot of chip damage at times, and this is on every single bolt weapon in the game except for the heavy bolter, and it's pretty much top tier on all of them. The next perk I grab here is Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage, non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Headshot damage is basically all that matters on a bolt weapon to begin with, so kind of a no-brainer here. And the final perk I grab is Headhunter for 10% more headshot damage. I do skip over the perk here, Rapid Health, because I don't think we really need this perk at all in this build because we do have the perk over here, Adrenaline Rush. That's pretty much all there is for the Instigator Bolt Carbine setup. Now, for my secondary, I do take the new Heroic Bolt Pistol. This is my favorite secondary in the game currently for the factor of fun, and it's far better than the other Bolt Pistol variants. Now, patch 9.0 did buff up every single bolt pistol to have a 1.25 times headshot multiplier. This one benefited from that the most. The damage on this is quite amazing, the CHP recovery is great, and the ammo economy is decent, so I actually prefer this one. Now, for the perk tree, I pretty much build it all the way down the top row for headshot damage, and moving into the best perk here, Elite Hunter. After killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, keep in mind, you can execute guys to actually trigger this, but to actually get the effect on your bolt pistol, you do have to have it equipped when you actually execute the guy. And if you ever swap off of the weapon while it's active, it'll just turn off the 10 seconds, which kind of sucks, but just keep that in mind. And the final perks I grab here are Headhunter, moving down here into the perk Divine Might for that 10% damage increase. That's pretty much all there is for this weapon. Now, for the melee weapon here, I'm not taking a power axe this time. Instead, I am taking the Block Chainsword. Block Chainsword is one of the best weapons in this game. The full throttle skip allows you to one combo a lot of guys on things like Tactical, and even on this class, it's still very, very powerful and very fun to use. And for the perk tree here, I do take Perpetual Strength, moving here to the perk Swift Recovery, moving all the way up the line for Perpetual Strength for that 10% melee damage buff, picking up the perk Reverberating Impact, and finally moving down into the full throttle skip, and picking up Minora Slayer and Extremis Slayer for the final perks. And it's pretty much the same setup on most classes. Now, for the perk tree here, I do grab Upper Hand first. After a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk is simply incredible. Without this, you will be stun locked occasionally, and stun locks are like the #1 way to die in Space Marine 2, so having no knockback, even though it doesn't stop all the attacks in this game, is still very valuable. It also makes perks like this in our Prestige perk tree redundant. Like, you don't need this perk at all, because you already get Gunstrike, no knockback, with this perk active. Now, next perk is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This perk is also top tier. Having a 25% health damage reduction for 10 seconds on armor break, especially on this class that can just drip feed itself armor over and over with perks like this, is top tier. Simply saves your life at times. Now, even though the perk up here, Close Combat Focus, is pretty good, it's not as good as it used to be because now we do have Chaos Spawn versus the Chaos faction, and now you don't take as much range damage from them. Range damage reduction is still very strong, but it's just not as valuable as it used to be because of those Chaos Spawn. And the perk up here, Duelist, Perfect Parry, and Perfect Block windows increased by 50%. 50%. This is very redundant when you actually remember the parry windows in this game. Doesn't help a ton, to be honest. Next perk here is Consecutive Execution, killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession, restores weapons charged by 1. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk basically breaks the pickup economy of the game. You can get 90-second melt-up bombs, crack grenades, shock grenades, and even frag grenades. Super powerful option, kind of a top-tier perk for sure. Now the perk down here, Honed Reactions. When your health is less than 50%, your perfect dodge window is doubled. I have grown to like this perk as well. However, when I do use this perk, I would skip over things like Unmatched Zeal or the perk down here, Adrenaline Rush, because healing yourself above that 50% does kind of suck and you lose value on this perk, and sitting at low HP on this class really doesn't matter too much with perks like Conviction and the perk up here, Thrill of the Fight, that we'll get into later. Now, next perk here in the team perk selection is Inner Fire. All squad members can restore ability charge by 15% by performing finishers on Majora's level or higher enemies. Now, keep in mind, this perk will function on any kill of a Majora's or higher enemy whatsoever, not just a finisher, so it's actually better than it sounds. Now, if you want to take Unmatched Zeal, you definitely can, but I'm already taking Adrenaline Rush for myself here to heal, so this one's kind of redundant. Next perk here is Restless Fortitude. After a diving kick, you take 40% less range damage for 10 seconds. 40% less range damage is tremendous in this game. With Inner Fire, you get your grapple back so often. You can really spam this out for like a constant effect of 40% less range damage, which is quite powerful, so that's why I pick it up here. Next perk here is Tip of the Spear. Enemies hit by diving kick take 15% more range damage for 10 seconds. This is a pretty damn good perk. Obviously, Zone of Impact and Tactical Prowess are a stronger combo, but I do like to build around this sometimes for ranged weapons like our Instigator here, which is why I picked up that Home Precision perk earlier. Now, next perk here is Thrill of the Fight. After a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds. 20% health damage reduction on a parry, block, or dodge happens all the time, and this stack of Conviction over here for a 45% health damage reduction is a super powerful damage reduction in this game. Honestly, this is one of the tankiest classes with these two perks, and it's kind of insane how much you can get away with. Really strong option, though I will say if you want to pick up Combat Readiness for even more grapnel launcher recharges, you can definitely do that too. And this perk here, Grim Determination, when grapnel launchers in cooldown, weapon damage increases by 15%. It's not terrible, it's just that you have to have your grapnel in full cooldown for it to take effect, which does kind of suck. Next perk here is Adrenaline Rush. Melee kills Majora's level or higher enemies restore your health by 5%. This perk used to be 10%. It did get nerfed. I don't think it is remotely as strong as it used to be, but you know, it's still usable. And if you want to take Tactical Prowess, even without Zone of Impact, you definitely can. Or if you want to use the Execution combo, you can always do that, because that's basically like the only two build paths this class has currently, and that is up to you. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, I do take Battlefield Awareness first. If a target is within 8 meters, you deal 10% more range damage. Pretty self-explanatory, just a free range damage buff, and actually stacks quite well with Tip of the Spear. And the next perk I take is Fortitude. Health increases by 15%. This is a pretty boring perk effect, but health increases in Space Marine 2 are super valuable anyways, and having health damage reduction on top of this with our perk Conviction and Thrill of the Fight makes us that much tankier. Next perk here with Launch Restoration, using the grapple launcher restores an armor segment. This just gives you free armor versus pretty much any enemy in the game, and with all the grapples, you'll be throwing out the Inner Fire, and even if you took Combat Readiness, you're gonna get a ton of free armor off this perk, and armor really is super valuable in Space Marine 2. And the final perk I grab is Restoration. Killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This is a pretty basic perk, but pretty powerful. Once again, more drip-fed armor restoration to make you that much tankier. That's pretty much all there is for this build guide, guys. The Instigator Bolt Carbine is pretty fun. Once again, it's not super strong versus Chaos. It may need a bit of a buff, to be honest. I would say it's probably like the 3rd worst gun in the game currently is for like the bolt weapons, but we'll see what they do to it in the future. And for now, that is all I have to say in this video. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Bye. Yeah, it's definitely hard to learn though.
one down. Trillions to go. Magazine out. Magazine in.
Dr. Boilerplate for the Prime sub. Dr. Boilerplate. Which has a goofy ass name. After I came back to the game, doing the weekly hard mission took me like 15 tries at the randoms. It is pretty hard. Honestly, easier to do solo than some randoms. You can cheese it though with like some builds and if you rush past everything. I probably shouldn't have done that. I ended up wasting all my ammo here, I think. That's the play. And then we might be able to get the ammo crate up there because we haven't moved up too far, I think. Whoa, whoa, 0 startup, thank you. Yeah, that's an elevation. Alright. YouTube builds early on. Thanks for taking out. Just learned it each stream first today. I love your content. Thanks, Boilerplate. I'm glad they could help. It has been like a whole year. Whole year of the Space Marine 2. Doesn't feel like a year. What's up, Diesel? Bro, what's the card effects better design than the Hive Tyrant? Just my opinion. Probably because he's... I don't know. I do like the card effects more than the Hive Tyrant. I think he's the best Tyranid boss. He can frame trap you pretty hard. So there should be, like, maybe an ammo crate up here. Should be, maybe. Drink water after you have been around an hour. I've been drinking the entire time. Sometimes I drink during an execute. Alright. But no ammo crate. Means you have to go to the guaranteed spot. This.
Smells like fresh munitions. Replenished and ready.
Yeah, I don't like this game is downtime like this. Wish there was more shit. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other heroic weapons are going to be like. Has anyone got information about them yet? Oh, there were some leaks. I didn't really read them though. All I know is that they're definitely adding in a Thunderhammer next patch with like a shock grenade aftershock thing. Yeah, the drink execute. That's why. That's the benefit of this game. This game's great for streaming because
Take what you can carry.
not. It's like it can be hard sometimes, but it's pretty easy for the most part that you can just
Shut them up. Before they bring more
read during downtime and execute some things like that.
numbers on war for them.
Thanks for dropping that bit on Mercy going.
Magazine out. Magazine in. Bury that borrower. Stay dead, vermin. Arming up.
One of my least favorite areas to get stuck in. All the melee weapons will 100% be block weapons as the Emperor intended. They should. They should be. They're not. Can you imagine a block heroic knife or a chainsword? That'd be cool. Block Xenophase blade.
One down. Trillions to go.
I read somewhere they were planning to release 2 heroic versions of each weapon. That is true. They did say that, Zeron.
Remote bomb set.
Oh, we missed them. We missed them all. Oh, it's tragic.
Nothing back, brothers.
I should have pushed it back into it. Back-to-back bosses is always fun.
Magazine out. Magazine in. Come out, you craven xenos. Brave walking light. Steal your mind. Reloading. Into the maw of death.
There you go.
Swatted the bulbous bastard out of the sky. Meltable ready.
Oh, we did something with it. That's all that matters.
Magazine out. Magazine in. Into the fray. Swapping out magazine. What needs grappling? Closing the gap. Reloading. Got the nectar.
Put the ammo over here as we move out.
Fuel your packs, brothers. Finish and ready. Rebel will just set. Perfect. Thermal payload secured. Tether unbound. Hold that Ravener. Swapping out magazine.
I'll be back.
Book available.
Yeah, Electra did hang around for a long time, didn't he?
Reloading. Into the maw of death.
Perfect.
Just set.
From here on out, it's going to be smooth sailing. Back-to-back boss spawn always sucks.
Made a mountain of the Xenos boss.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're almost out of ammo on the Instigator. The double burst feels pretty good. Obviously, this weapon is more accurate, or excuse me, more ammo efficient when you're playing with a team. The axe will be the blocked one, I'm calling it now. I don't know if they'll ever actually make a block weapon the only heroic one. I don't know what it is with this game's player base, but they hate block weapons in a lot of cases.
Finally, our journey ends, Captain.
Good. The hive
They hate him more than balance.
Of the capillary towers. We are in Kadaku's final hours.
Alright. Here. Grab that.
The stench here is strong, but my wrath is stronger.
I've gotten used to block. This player base is casual as hell. I mean, that is true, but that's kind of the intent of the game, right?
Turning back now. Quietly.
Not an esports title. God damn.
Finished and ready.
Good morning, chat. Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Finlock? Wasn't I like how the axe plays? The power fist crafts all over the axe at the moment. Crafts over everything. Power fist, honestly, seems like a rework or a nerf. Because it is kind of busted.
We cannot leave this place without awakening all the consoles.
Vessel detected. Sharing the divine blessings of the machine code. Ancient blessings have been interrupted. Return to the console to resume. Attention, ministers. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material unpurified.
Whatever this impurity is, we shall expunge it from the system.
Are you FTG? I have taken from your past visit the Friday is here to stay. Unfortunately, yes.
We must cut down the
Saver doesn't really care. They, they put out a community post about it a very long time ago, and they didn't really care to listen to the actual poll.
what needs rapid. Disappointing.
Yeah, that's why he's Xenos grass, pretty much. Bramble is goddamn annoying in this game. Saber's bad at execution. They have kind of only made like one game. I mean, like World War Z, and every other game is basically that for them. I cry. We all do. But, you know, Saber will change things if people complain enough. They are that kind of company. Like, if you are a squeaky wheel, they will definitely change. Look at all these Mindoras. I'm in hell.
Finish and ready. We cannot leave this place without awakening all the consoles.
Thank you for the great builds, FTG. My gameplay's been significantly better since watching you. Thank you, Diesel. Thank you for the plug. Random plug. I'm just farming Inferno and Decapitation. I have the Gene Seed spot memorized. Decapitation is the fastest. Oh my god, look at this. Look at all these guys.
Magazine out, magazine in.
Get out here and do this. Oh, finally a warrior. Release me from this awful swarm with your brain. Die for me. Die on the altars, they may die. Thank you. You too. Awesome. How we deal with sword warriors in these parts.
Swapping out magazine.
Ow, the fairy bug.
We cannot leave this place without awakening all the consoles.
Blessings extended to the slumbering. Awakening has begun.
Tyranids have more satisfying executions and make better crunching and squelching noises when you rip them apart instead of magic pixie fart dust. I mean, that is technically true. I think it's better now with Chaos Spawn. I think the Chaos Spawn have really cool animations.
Open the door.
Right, ammo cache.
We are inside the fortress, Captain.
Good. Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
More crunchy, much satisfying. FGG, you got a favorite chocolate bar? Mine's Butterfingers. I don't eat chocolate. Not a fan.
Stay dead, burning. Arming up. No one. Fill its brains with bolts of fire. Not one screaming for help. Silence them.
Alright, I really want to get a bomb on this guy so I can,
Finished and ready.
What a tunnel from hell.
I love it when vermin dig their own graves. Into the moor.
Not optimal, but doesn't eat chocolate? Heresy. Not what I eat chocolate.
Out of my ears. Rebel will just sent. Reloading. Old hope and no brains. Tether on down. Smoking out magazine.
Give us a double XP event operations. Find the GC makes it a quadra XP. That would be nice. They really should do one.
What
Now if they could just make Chaos less a chore to fight against, that would be nice.
turned around?
What do you think is a chore to fight about them right now? Out of curiosity. Yo, chat, which faction do you prefer fighting? Tyranids or Chaos? It's a question to both Twitch and YouTube. Ow. Nids for sure. Yeah, I think most people like Tyranids.
Magazine in.
I think part of that is that most of the Chaos maps aren't very good, except for like Vortex. The Great Devourer. More heads popping. The dinosaurs. Yeah, everybody likes Tyranids in this game. I think they just fit the playstyle much better.
Finish that bastard, or we will have more to do. Arming up.
Chaos has shields and that's frustrating. Oh, nice try.
A Xenos smoker hunts us. Victor slide. Finish and ready. Subterranean action. Let us murder it.
God, watching this word goes so hard.
Dying the way.
That is.
Undermine. Magazine out. Magazine in.
The Chaos operations are just tedious, I can't lie. That's how I feel about them. Is that I like Chaos as a faction, just outside of Vortex. Their missions aren't very good.
Closing the gap. Do your packs, brothers. Reloading.
The Tyranids are the Horde and Horde shooter.
Hulk available.
Definitely are. They are the Horde faction.
Rise up and into glorious battle.
Obelisk final boss was kind of underwhelming as well. Well, it is just a sorcerer, so.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress.
I was also not very whelmed.
Blade will be soaked in Tyranid blood.
I mainly like Chaos due to Hellbrutes, though I think Chaos needs new bosses, similar to the Neurothrow. I think Chaos could use a new Extremis. That's what I think. I think they desperately need a new Extremis. Because right now, they just have the Chaos spawn. Like, it's kind of funny that Chaos gets, you know, one new Majoris with the Enlightened Zangors, and they get Chaos spawn, and I mean, another Extremis, and a new Terminus, which might be for them. They're a pretty incomplete faction. Who doesn't like Obelisk? Pretty much everybody I've ever talked to. Eh. What a joke.
Magazine out, magazine in.
You are near the last cannons. You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
The control console is within sight. We must activate the cannons.
Defensive cannons action. Target system non-functional. Initializing secondary system.
Vox Liberatus, Valtreus Chronomy. Yeah, I do think those were the two best. Oh, what the fuck? Did they not go all the way? Yeah, I hate seeing this shit when I'm trying to do this.
Witness the might of the Titan launches its missiles.
God, this end portion is such a slog. What's your second favorite Chaos mission? Probably Vox. I think Vox Liberatus is a pretty good mission. Fall of the Trace is pretty alright too. I think Obelisk is just awful.
It does bleed. The tip.
You almost felt that. Obelisk is terrible, definitely.
The sneaky bastard.
Green, tell me what's up, Lightning Ren.
Let us murder. I hope that one streaming in power.
I saw your video calling people a bunch of scrubs.
To generate the Titan launches its missiles.
Low key, a lot of the Reddit posts are quite, honestly, they read like, I died in one game, I'm gonna go and rant about it on the internet. Shit. Oh my lord. What's up, Kermit? Kermit's an OG. Kermit been here since the birth of the universe. The FTG cinematic universe.
Generators will awaken our slumbering cannons. Arming up. The tyranny dares to attack us.
Oh shit. Bad. What's this channel even about? This channel. Was here before you did commentary, true.
Not unleash hell until we nourish the cannons. No hope and no grace. The Titan launches its missiles.
Why did it send so much shit at me there? God damn. This channel's a full-grown tribute channel? True. This channel is just a 40k channel. That's all my YouTube channel really is at this point. I mean, I cover a lot of Space Marine 2, but Space Marine 2 is also just a game I really like.
The tyranny done. Fire the cannons.
What are some things you think they should buff / nerf immediately? Buff? Auto bolt rifle and heavy bolt rifle. Assault still needs a buff. There's no reason assault should be so strictly worse than the other thing. Bulwark. Bulwark's pretty much better for everything.
It does bleed. Good. The Titan launches its missile.
You see, randomly recommend your vids. Well, I play. If you're curious, I play Space Marine 2. I started out as a solo gameplay channel, and then people asked me to talk, and here we are. And now I talk about everything 40k, nerd, and gameplay guides occasionally for this game. That kind of thing. And build guides, general chilling, talking about factions, Blood Angels, you know, general 40k stuff. I'd assume you're into 40k. This channel introduces dads to gaming. That might actually be the most accurate thing. Get shit on. Ow, ow. Alright, this kinda sucks. That's just gotta chill out. I just heard Space Marine and you popped up. That's an honor. I'm really more so just a Space Marine fanboy. About it. You know, classic Imperium 40k player. You know, it'd be. Did you get sponsored by Tacticus? I do have. I was supposed to talk to Alocat. Why, they do that for you behind the grind? I never played Tacticus. It looks like it could be fun. I like mobile games occasionally, but it's just like a 40k gotcha game, isn't it? Henry Edwards, welcome to the Imperial Guard. What's up, Henry? Thank you very much, dude. I bungled the emote. And we subscribed to Secretary Guardsman to call him out for copying FTG. That's true, that guy's a bitch. That guy is like a well-known bitch. A second tier guardsman is obviously AI. It could not possibly be me. Alright, this is actually taking forever. Sorry guys, I am tired today. Can't tell. Stop for these. Oh, that was almost cool.
The Titan launches its missiles.
It was almost perfect. Need more caffeine. That's true, Jeff. If I drink caffeine now, though, I will never get to sleep. At any point. Alright. These guys are gonna put me to sleep, though. Holy shit, what a boring interaction this is. Hey there, guardsmen, full health. I'm not surprised. Well, we do have Adrenaline Rush, to be fair, so it is a bit easier this time. Now it's finally over. This last portion of this mission is always just so fucking boring. Alright, I don't like that. I don't like any of that. This channel is a halfway home for 40k addicts. Yeah, that's kind of what's become. It's honestly more of a 40k chat room than anything else. Look at this. Alright, you are all going to be bombed. I've chosen you.
Establish target with a sidearm to initiate offensive protocol.
Alright.
One down. Trillions to go.
Where is he? Where'd this fucker go? Okay, he's over here. Finally. Adrenaline Rush is just the it's just the 5% heal Majora's higher on the Vanguard. That's all it is.
Those damn towers and unleash divine retribution.
No, that's Adrenaline Surge Italian. The feigned immortality by Adrenaline Rush. Yeah, I think you're exaggerating. About what? You play Heavy Bolter? Probably not right now. Heavy Bolter runs are pretty boring. At least with how much I've done them recently. Wait, let's see the glorious scoreboard. What do we get? 25 Extremis on that map's pretty high. Pretty fun though.